What's up, guys? Scalec here, and today we're here with Raymond again because best Glad Beast player in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! And I know him, so now he's on the channel.
I try.
Alright, so this is going to be your brand new, updated for Master Roll 5 Tier 1 deck.
I wish it was Tier 1, but it works. It works.
Awesome. Alright, let's break into it. These people are excited. Ooh, and tell them about what you're toting today when you get to it, because it's going to be a nice surprise.
Yeah, it's not as degenerate as a lot of combos are today, but it works. And it helps the deck a lot, especially with the other degenerate combos that there are. So first, we're still going to start out with the basic 3 rabbits. You have to play the rabbits. They're the best card in the deck behind the Ondal. And then the Ondals. Got secret Ondals.
We've got max rarity Glad Beast.
Sam made some secret Ondals, and as soon as they're kind of done being a little warped from being made, I'm going to throw them in here, as well as he also made the secret comebacks. They're in here, right here.
Yeah, there we go. This is my favorite one.
Because they're like the 2 best cards in the deck, and they only came common, and it's terrible. But yeah, no, you have your 3 Ondals, and it's like, hands down, I like seeing him in the hand. As much as people think it's a brick, he's not a brick at all. And then still, I play 2 Bestiari. Well, I feel like 1's not enough. Sometimes if you draw 1, you still need 1 in the deck to pop cards, make geysers. It just helps interactions with your opponent a lot more. And then the 1-ofs, you play the 1 Equise, which there's a new combo with him and Test Tiger, because you don't have to make the Test Panther anymore. Since it's Master Rule 5, you don't have to have the link zones. But just the 1 Equise, I might bump him to 2 if I keep playing the way it is and it works out really well. I may bump him to 2. The 1 Atorix, the 1 Monster Reborn, Darius.
Yeah. Dark Horse.
He's good. He is one of the key cards to the secret combo of the new stuff that I'm playing.
Ooh,
so
secret combo.
Because he brings back the Ondal and after you make the Test Panther. And then your bigger ones that are 1-ofs is just the Noxious Still and this. And they're mostly there just for high level names. I mean, this guy's good in battle phase. He can help you facilitate plays too, because he's a dark, and he also dumps 1 to grave. So
nice. You
can resurrect 1 to help make your plays later. Then of course the 2 Augustus. I had one guy ask me for my deck list. I gave it to him, and he wanted to try to argue with me about Augustus, and I thought it was funny. I mean, you can play it however you want. Augustus is a brick sometimes, especially if you open up with both. But you do play cards to get them out of your hands. So
I know, and this is a 40 card deck.
And he wants to play just 1 Augustus. I mean, you can play just 1 if you want, but it's not going to be as consistent to make the Tamer Editor a Master Rule 5. You need multiple Augustuses because he's the one that gets them out of your hand. If you open up with 1 Augustus, it's an automatic 3 monsters. Because you'll bring the 1 Augustus out, his effect will bring out the next Augustus, then the Augustus will bring out an additional monster. So, I mean, it helps your plays so much. I don't know why he only wants to play 1, but I will play 2. I've been playing 2 since day 1. Now, this card, I am considering definitely putting at 3. I might even do it after this video. Test Tiger is phenomenal now. He's no longer a really bad brick because you don't have to just make the Test Panther anymore. He's phenomenal with getting into Augustus immediately, getting into other plays immediately. He's also a free specialed Earth, which helps you make another card I'll show you later. Like I said, that goes with the combo.
All the spice coming soon.
I like this hand trap ever since they kind of redid it. Where like if the monster effect activates engraved, you can DD Crow it and it won't resolve.
Yeah, so it's on your opponent's turn. It's called by.
Yes, and it's not a once per turn. You know, so you can chain it to each other if your opponent attempts to call by the first one. So you can still get rid of the target you're needing. And it doesn't really conflict with the deck that much. Also, again, it's a dark, so it just helps facilitate with the link play later. Then the one last monster, kind of, as soon as I reveal it, it shows the whole little link play, is the Buster Hawk.
Oh, of course.
Because I found a way where you can still end on your board with 5 negates, Appaloosa, and the Buster Lock.
Oh, that's gross.
So it's a lot more gross. So instead of just having the unbreakable board that you normally have, you now have an unbreakable board that also locks your opponent out of the extra deck. Oof. And what made me kind of really want to play it is due to the master rule, I was able to make room in the extra deck for Union Carrier. And so he just allows you to literally just slap this on a Domitianus. Now you have a 4,500 beater that's a monster effect negate and is locking your opponent out of the extra deck while you control the battle phase.
That's stupid.
That's a lot on one card.
That's dope. So dope.
So I like it. And I want to play it at least until they ban Union Carrier or Buster.
Yeah, one of them.
I think they're going to hurt Union Carrier because he's facilitating a lot of busted stuff, which is unfortunate because I also play Inzectors and they love just getting Hornet for free. Then we'll go ahead and move on to the spells. Typical, since you're playing the 3 Ondal, I play the 3 Unexpected Dies. Again, some of you guys ask what I side out going into game 2. Normally, I'll side out one of these to 2 of them because sometimes these do become a brick. I'll side out 1 rabbit or 1, just one of your 3-ofs. Just don't side out any Glad Beasts. I mean, the only one that I normally side out is Noxious. You can side out Noxious. He's not always that great. But then one of the best spells in the deck is Gladiator Rejection. It's, they can't target you in any phase except battle phase, which makes it so good because by the time you're in battle phase, you've already got all your negates on board and you're just controlling the board at that point. You also get an additional Glad Beast when one is special from deck. And with Unexpected Die in this, it's full combo. With Rescue Rabbit in this, it's full combo. It just helps facilitate your boards a lot faster and helps you get the cards you need quicker. Most of the time, the first guy you bring out is Vespius, the Sea Serpent, because if you bring out something else, this does clash with your rest of your board because it says you can only bring out something that you don't control a type of. So that's why most of the time you only play the 1 Sea Serpent. Then 3 Rhodas, because it's not limited yet. Typical search 1 level 4 lower Glad Beast. Most of the time you use it to search an additional Ondal to go ahead and make the Link Spider and make your plays. Sometimes you go ahead and you search the Atorix, so that way if you don't have a higher level in hand, Atorix can become that higher level when you make the Augustus to special it. Or sometimes I search the Bestiaria to hard make Geysers to help clear your opponent's board. Then the best card in the whole deck, Comeback. Like I said, as soon as the secrets are done, obviously I can't use them at a regional, but I will be using them at locals all the time. But Comeback is hands down my favorite card in the deck. It's a free Monster Reborn that I can search, I can recycle, I can reuse, and it also gives the Glad Beast the claws that they can't be destroyed by battle. I mean, that's so good when you just want to special something off of this, enter battle phase, smack into something, tag out, drop evenly match, and wipe your opponent's board. And then resolve your Glad Beast effect afterwards. All at the end of battle phase. Then a couple 1-ofs, just 2 more Monster Reborns. Succession and Reborn. Because the Succession is still good, it's just another free extender. And a lot of times, you want to see one of these 3 in your starting hand. If not, you can obviously search this one off the Panther. But you want to try to see one of them. And then the last 3 cards in the deck. It took me a while to get these because I'm a budget player. And are Imperms.
Woo, yeah.
Because Imperm is fantastic when you lose the die roll and your opponent makes you go second. And it just helps you break a board.
Because it's so good, and they can't call by it.
They can't call by it, they can't... And I play the DD Crow over the Ash, because I think DD Crow is better right now. I mean, Ash is always good. Ash is good. If you want to play Ash over DD Crow, by all means, do it. But I don't even like playing the DD Crow, to be honest, because it's just sometimes you want an extra combo piece in hand, and you have that DD Crow. And that DD Crow is not a combo piece, and you want to kind of try to go first. So I might drop the DD Crow for an extra Test Tiger. Like I said, I kind of want to bump that to 3. And then just 2 more staple cards like Cosmic Cyclones or something. Just something that's not going to affect the combo. But DD Crow for now. DD Crow's good. I was test playing yesterday while everybody was here at the house, and went against Zoo. You know, when they detach off the Chakanine, you DD Crow. And the Chakanine can't bring back the thing to give to the Dryden, and it just kind of turns their plays off. Or Shadal's invoked, you know, you just DD Crow it when it goes to grave, and they can't use the stuff after that. They start losing resources. So that's why I just kind of prefer DD Crow right now. So then we have the extra deck. The 2 Test Panther still. It's still, you know, at 2 is great. You're going to make the 1 to search the comeback. And then the other one is just kind of for later game. You know, once you get to the grind game.
Right, grind game.
Because sometimes the deck does go into grind game. And it shines in grind game. It really does. Glads are very good at the grind game.
Everything is so fat.
Best card in the extra deck for Master Rule 5, Tamer Editor. If you don't know what he does, he's fantastic. He lets you. He takes 2 level 5 or higher Glads, which is why you play the double Augustus, and you play other ways to get to your 4 level 5 or higher's. And he lets you special summon 1 Gladiator Beast monster from your extra deck, ignoring summoning conditions.
And that's like the rest of your extra deck.
That's the rest, pretty much the rest of the extra deck. So it's pretty good, and he's a soft once per turn. So after you normally make him, you can link him and the Test Panther off into something else. It does not matter, since his zones aren't really that relevant anymore. I don't play Unicorn because I choose to play something else. But you can play Unicorn if you want, just to link it and then spin a card. Then you can come back him back, as long as you don't control another Beast Warrior, because it's comeback clause. And you can use him again. Then you can link him away again and bring him back again.
That's awesome.
And you can just keep doing it. He's a soft once per turn. He's fantastic. He is what made this busted in Master Rule 5. Then for the boss monster of the deck, you have the 2 Domitianuses. He's the 3500 monster effect negate. He also has a continuous effect that does not activate. And you gotta say that because it's just like Colossus's non-search. It's on there. It does not activate. When your opponent declares an attack, you get to choose the attack target. So if he declares an attack on something else, he's already declared the attack. You can change that target to Domitianus and then proceed to damage. Or change, to anything else, which is fantastic. The fact that he negates the activation and destroys the card is even better because he can activate that effect in damage step. Since it negates the activation. So I've outed, Hayate, all of them in damage step.
It's so good because I feel like the battle phase kind of gets ignored.
I feel like it does too.
It's not. I don't think it's as appreciated as it used to be.
No, because I think about the only deck that does a lot in battle phase right now would have to be Sky Striker, and that's just because of Hayate.
Mm-hmm.
And there might be another deck. Like I'm not sure about Rocks. I haven't seen too much of them. I know they build decent boards. I know they do a lot of searching. I know Eldritch pop off. They're very trap reliant. I haven't been able to do much testing against them, believe it or not, but I'm working on it so I can get the more feel of it. I've watched a lot of the deck plays of them. I've watched a lot of the tournaments going on right now so I can kind of get a feel for what the decks do and what they want to do. So that way I can kind of gear this towards, working against what they want to do.
Right.
And then I'm also keeping in mind the new stuff coming out in Eternity Code, that's going to make other decks come back. Like Mermails is going to be a deck. They are kind of battle phase reliant. Megalobyss is a card. He attacks twice. They have a lot of pop-offs that they can discard, target, destroy, and just stuff like that. So I'm just gearing this towards a lot of the next meta.
Nice.
So we'll go ahead and finish this. The one Herculinos, because he is not a once per turn negate. As long as you have cards to discard in your hand, he can continuously negate. The only downfall about him is he cannot tag out. After battle phase, he does not tag. The one Esadari, and then the one Geyserus. Now, a couple of you have actually asked me on Sam's channel as to why I only play one Geyserus and Esadari instead of playing the 2 Geyserus. The reason I play the one Esadari is because sometimes you'll open up with the 2 level 4s in your hand, and you don't have a way to, you don't get a Proving Ground or nothing. You don't have a way to search another level 5 or higher to make the Tamer Editor. But you have a way to get one Augustus out, with the regular combo. So you'll get that one Augustus out. you can special, let's say you have a Darius in hand, and he's one of the key combo pieces for it. You can Darius will hit the board, and his effect will trigger because he was special by the effect of the Gladiator Beast. So then he'll also resurrect another Glad level 4, which is most likely your other Ondal you used to make your Panther or wherever you started your combo at in Grave. So then you bring him out, you take the 2 level 4s, you contact fuse them into the Esadari. So now you have a level 5 Esadari and a level 8 Augustus. So now you can make your Tamer Editor by just contact fusing those 2 together. He literally helps you unbrick your hands sometimes, and that's why I play the 1 and 1. Because most of the time you can recycle the Geyserus, you can hard make it, you can Tamer Editor it, you can spin it back with Tamer Editor too, because Tamer Editor also has another effect that a lot of people forget about. He does have the Glad Beast effect to where, he will spin himself back to special 1. But if he didn't attack, I think he has to. But if he attacks, and then so does the Geyserus doesn't have to activate its effect to spin itself back. Tamer Editor can activate his effect and spin it back for you. Which is nice. I mean, even though you would activate its effect, because it gives you 2, not 1. But, yeah, no, he can spin other Glad Beasts back. As long as they've battled.
Wow.
That's a really nice, nifty little effect. And then let's go ahead and get into... Oh, nope, there's one more Glad Beast I forgot. Sorry. Oh. Nero. He's the Ancient Gear Glad Beast. He takes any 3 Glad Beasts. He's kind of in here just to help you push for game. Because he's 2800, can't be destroyed by battle, and your opponent cannot activate things until the end of the damage step. But he also is very nice because... he's just a generic. He just takes any 3 Glad Beasts. He is level 8, which is fantastic. So if you want to make the Hope Harbinger, which you do play the 1 Hope Harbinger.
Yeah.
For 2 level 8s. Because sometimes you have a Tamer Editor left on board, and you already have your Herc and Domitianus. Just summon this dude and make the Hope. So you have an additional negate. It also helps stop the Lightning Storm and redirects attacks. And it's just another, combo thing in there, is all.
Alright, now here's the spice, right?
Here's the spice one, which is just the Union Carrier.
You
I mean, I get it. It's not as spicy, I'm sure, as some of you have been wanting to see. But as you guys know, I like to try to keep the deck as pure and competitive as possible. And it works. I almost got my invite with straight pure Glad Beasts. The deck can still end
Before
on...
Master Rule 5.
Before Master Rule 5. I mean, the deck still ends on, 5 to 7 negates. This is just adding an additional floodgate. So that way you can stop pendulums, you can stop Shadal Invoked, because that's an annoying-ass deck, and it's going to be one of the Tier 1 decks right now. It's, if you end with this, sometimes you can't end with the Union Carrier and the Appaloosa, but, so sometimes you got to choose which one. But, if it's going game 2, let's say you lost game 1, unfortunately, you lost the die roll, you're going game 2, if you know what your opponent's playing, you can either choose if this one's going to be more effective or if the Union Carrier is going to be more effective. And just make them 2 with the Domitianus and the Herculinos. Because the Tamer Editor now doesn't have to be facilitated with the links anymore because of Master Rule 5. You don't have to worry about the link zones. And with Union Carrier, they have to be the same typing or same attributes. If you notice, a lot of the main deck of Glads are Earth or Dark. So it's not that hard. Like I said with the combo with the Darius and the Augustuses, if you have a rejection, the rejection allows you to end on the Appaloosa and the Union Carrier. Because the rejection will give you the free Vespius, the water, Sea Serpent, and then you just make Augustus if you have Darius in hand or a way to search Darius. Then the Augustus will special the Darius will special the Ondal and Grave. So now you have 2 level 4 Earths that you can use to make the Union Carrier. And then you still have the 2 level 5 or higher for the Tamer Editor play.
Wow.
Which will then facilitate into the Appaloosa. So you can still end on the Domitianus, the Herculinos, the Appaloosa, and the Union Carrier.
With 3? 2.
Unfortunately, if you go for this, you're only going to get 2 on this.
Gotcha.
If you don't go for this, you can get 3 to 4 on this. But unfortunately, if you want the Union Carrier negate, then yeah, Appaloosa is only going to have 2. But at that point, it's still 2 negates. Plus your 1 to 2 negates on Herculinos, your negate with Domitianus, and then the ability to just lock your opponent out of the extra deck. And then Domitianus is also 4,500 due to Buster being equipped.
Yeah, that's right.
Gains the extra 1,000. Now, if you do draw the Buster, unfortunately it is a brick, but that happens in any deck that plays it, so I haven't drawn it once yet, because, it's a 40-card deck and it's one card.
Yeah.
So the likelihood of me drawing it is not very high. Now, obviously, if you're going to plan on going second,
he can equip it from hand also. So if it is in your hand...
Oh, well, there you go. I didn't even know that. I'm new to the Union Carrier. But, yeah, there you go. So then it's not even a brick. And then even if he did draw and he couldn't equip from hand, Herculenos is just a free negate for Herculenos at that point, because he can just discard it. And then the last two, obviously you guys saw the Appaloosa. That's going to be your most expensive extra deck. She's back to 120.
Woo!
She dropped to 90 for a little while, because I'm thinking people are thinking she's going to get reprinted in Mega 10, which is possible.
Do you remember back when I had that, the Dual Links Blue Eyes that came in the OTS pack?
Yes.
I traded that to a vendor for an Appaloosa and a BLS Link.
I see that's so good, because the next link in here we play is the BLS link.
Whoa!
Because I found this dude is so good right now, because Eldritch cannot out him. They can't target him. They can't destroy him.
Right.
And he's so good, because you can make him with a Tame Redditor. And, that's level 7 or higher. So you just make the Tame Redditor, use Tame Redditor, summon something, leak into this. And then you just have a monster that's so good. He's so big. Sometimes, like I said, he is my only Link 3 due to me playing the Union Carrier. So you can drop the Nero Kaisis if you want and play an additional Link 3 like Unicorn. I might do that. Or you can just go back to playing the Draco Master or the Tenyi that I was playing. That is very good, because sometimes you can get free pops with your normals and Grave. But with this build that I've noticed, I have more monsters on board relatively all the time. So Draco Tenyi can't really trigger that part of its effect. But with the Dino getting that new card, the Draco Tenyi is good, because the Dinos can't run him over. He can't be destroyed by an effect monster. So this guy's just a nice Link 3. Sometimes I'll make him, just link him away just to make the Appaloosa. It just really depends on what my opponent's playing at that point. But he's just so good. But these are literally the two most expensive cards in the extra deck if you're trying to play it. Yeah. You don't have to play them, but I highly recommend.
Yeah, what happened to budget?
I got some cards.
Got $200 for the card here.
If you had to pick, I would definitely go for this one and just play a Unicorn over the BLS Link, because it's a lot cheaper that way. The next card is obviously it's a common card in the extra deck. It's just a Link Spider.
Ah.
That this is now like a $40 Link Spider.
Is it ulti?
Yes.
Ooh.
They were $15 when I bought it. That was back in Indy before the tournament.
Man.
And I just checked the other day. They're almost $40. And I'm like, I don't know why he's shooting up so much, but you do need a Link Spider. I have extras, not ultis, but I do have supers. So if you guys need one, just ask Sam, and I'll get them to Sam, and he'll get them to you guys.
Yeah.
But the Link Spider is definitely something you need, because you play the 3 vanillas. If you get Nibiru, the Link Spider, you can link the Nibiru token away and still continue playing.
What's Link Spider's effect again? Because I haven't used him in a while.
It's just one normal monster, and then you can special a normal monster from hand. So like, let's say you're doing your combo. You have a Proving Ground in hand, or you have the Ondal in hand, and your opponent Nibirus you. So you just link the token away into this. His effect, summon the Ondal from hand, or search your Ondal, then summon it. And then you can still make the Test Panther and just redo your play. So the Link Spider really helps you just play through the Nibiru.
Gotcha.
Because Nibiru is still there and it hurts. Now the side deck can be catered to anybody. You can play it however you want,
But this is like what you think.
This is what I like to play. Like right now I'm still playing the Lancias.
Heck yeah, man.
I love Lancia. It's hands down one of the best hand traps ever. And you really just can't beat it, because you could also you could equip it off the Union Carrier, but I don't think you can trigger its effect at that point. Because it's treated as an equip card, so...
I would have to check the rulings on that. It is interesting. Because it is still in the spell and trap zone if it's destroyed.
Yes, that part will trigger, yes. But, like, you can't activate its own effect. You have to be able to trigger it, which is fine. You play geysers, so... But I don't know if it's effect or trigger, because I think it's during either player's turn, so... Yeah, so no. The second effect's during your opponent's turn, so no. You can't trigger it unless you can make geysers on your opponent's turn. Dark Ruler no more. Again, this is like one of the only cards that breaks your board. But it's still a good card because most of the time, your opponent will make you go second after they find out what your board does going first. Every person at the regional made me go second. After I won game 1, they made me go second. Evenly matched because you can dodge this. If you activate it. If your opponent activates it, you can't dodge it. That's why you need the Herculinos. But you can dodge it if you activate it because your Glad Beast shuffle back for cost when they tag.
Nice. And you're not maining that anymore now.
No, because I don't see it. And when I see it, it's just a brick. So unless you're like trying to break your opponent's board, so like it's just good for going second. I don't like having it in main for first anymore. Because I had too many times where I'd open up with 2 of them and then no way to like continue my plays. Just set on evenly matches, and then my rabbit, if it gets negated, and then it's just like you lose at that point. So yeah, it was just too much of a brick for me. The 1 Pankratops, because your opponent's going to make you go second. It's also good for back row decks. I play
Lava Golems.
2 to 3 Lava Golem. I'm thinking about dropping Lava Golem in general for something better.
Right, because you want your normal summon.
Yeah, but at the same time, you don't really have to have it. If you open up with the unexpected die and the rejection, you don't even need your normal summon at that point. So you can just tribute your opponent's stuff and then make your plays. And sometimes all you need is a comeback and 1 Glad Beast to make your board. Because, so you could waste your normal summon on this, tribute 2 of your opponent's monsters, put it in defense. Then you can come back a Glad Beast from your hand, enter battle, smack the golem, take a little bit of damage, and then tag out and make your Augustus and then just literally make your board. Off of 1 Glad Beast and a comeback. So, I mean, that's why the normal summon is not as important in this deck. And that's why, you know, when they imperm the rabbit or something, it does hurt, but it doesn't completely cripple the deck. Because I was contemplating running sphere modes over this. But with sphere mode, you can't attack it, you can't target it, so you have a harder time getting rid of it in Glads.
I mean, it basically
with this you can get rid of it. It's you can just pop it with a Geyserus or make Domitianus and run it over. You know, it's easier to get rid of the gold. The last 2 guards can be really whatever you want. Like I said, I'm still tweaking the side deck a little bit. I might switch these to Royal Decrees due to Eldritch or some form like Red Reboot and something else. But as of right now, I'm still liking my 1 Macro and 1 D-Fisher because you don't care about the graveyard. After you make your board, you set this and pass. Majority of the time, Shadal's, any graveyard heavy deck, BA, because you know Block BA is still there, Emancipators, anything that runs off the graveyard just dies. They lose all their resources. You know, rocks can't. This hurts rocks a lot. It hurts Eldritch a lot because their stuff is banished instead of going to graves, so they can't keep searching. It's a fantastic card. And then that's everything. That's the deck. That's the updated version for now.
Sweet. All right. Well, since it's the end of the video, shout-outs. So shout out to Rivals Gaming. He's been closed, but we're still trying to hold tournaments to kind of keep him running.
Yep. We're still donating money and everything to him, and making sure he's staying strong because in this tough time, it's rough.
Yeah.
And we do love our shop. Rivals is definitely the best shop out there.
100%. And then shout out to all of you who are subscribed. Thanks so much for watching the channel. Let me know what you guys think of this video, and if you have any more questions for me or Raymond, leave those in the description below.
And then still a couple more shout-outs. Just shout out to you and your channel for having me so much. And shout out to all you guys who like me on there and love Glads like I love Glads. It's fantastic. Like I said, I've been playing them forever. And then shout out to, you know, Bailey Hill, Austin Johnson, Dylan, David. You know, shout out to everybody that comes over to my place and we all play test and get together. It's fantastic to have you guys here, and I really enjoy playing Yu-Gi-Oh! With you guys at Rivals.